Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's so nice to see you guys. I I really underestimated feeding 15 dogs myself. Just keeping track of the varying amounts because some get half a cup, some get a little more than half, some get a little under half. And then we've got the pups on a weaning schedule. We've got Myra pregnant, and I moved her into our bedroom to eat because I think she's overwhelmed in here. Because I think that she just needs to eat smaller, more frequent amounts. But I really underestimated just how difficult it is to even just have another set of hands that can call the dogs over from another area of the house. That helps so much. But I'm the only one here, and so I'm the only person that they have to go to. So I just finished feeding everybody. So and I actually decided to feed Mocha in the laundry room since Mocha also has issues with the other dogs taking her food. What was I going to say? So Mocha, Palm, and Vienna are in the laundry room right now, finishing eating. And yes, it's noon. I'm so sorry. Dogs are getting breakfast at noon. They've been a lot of fun. Because they like to run off if they can. I have been watching them very, very closely outside, and so I've been going outside with them a lot. And so we've been having a lot of fun. It just takes a lot longer to get the same stuff done. But we are still fundraising for Amelia. This live stream has the aggressive ads toggled on. So I appreciate it if you, even that 15-second ad, instead of skipping it, just let it play through 8 seconds and then skip it. After it gets more than halfway through, skip it after that, and then join us back so that we can help generate as much revenue for the Adkins as we can. Their bills are going to easily be pushing 20 grand. I'm sure that they are right now. They're probably sitting between like 12 and 15. Just everything, just being here, any amount of ads you are willing to watch is very, very helpful and very much appreciated. We've brought the rate per 1,000 views. We've quadrupled how much that the advertisers are having to pay us. So that's awesome. Our channel revenue for the month of March right now is, it's really, really good because we had there were a few memberships that billing cycles had gone through, and so we had a higher revenue day yesterday. So for March, we're at $243.37. So between YouTube ad revenue, or the YouTube channel revenue, and Fourth Wall, the merchandise, which I've also linked all of the Amelia's Army merchandise to be more easily clickable on the stream. But that one is at $723.90, and so between the two of them, we are really close to $1,000 to add to her GoFundMe. So thank you to everybody who has been joining our live streams. Thank you to all of our channel members. Your subscription fee this month is going to the Adkins. Any revenue generated through our channels, any supers that we receive, it all is going to the Adkins. I don't recommend sending supers because we get 70% of that, and so more of your money will go to them if you send it to the GoFundMe or if you send it as a donation through the merch shop. 100% of donations on our merch shop goes to the shop owner. So like, I'm not sure how. a GoFundMe is, but if somebody sends us $25, we get $25. So all of that funding altogether so far is almost $1,000. So I'm so appreciative and thankful for you guys. We have also had some of the craziest watch hours that we've seen in a while. We usually have we had, I think, our highest watch hours in the 28-day period yesterday. So you can see kind of where we started. But thank you everybody, because the more time the streams are run, the more revenue that's generated that we can help them with. I will read the update in just a moment here. I think I have 2 to read, actually. I have a part 2 for yesterday. But real quick, I wanted to say hello to Diana. Diana and Beth, I just wanted to mention that Bella has a very a hilarious fascination with you guys. She can really read your name easily, Beth, and so she really likes to read your messages. But anyway, hello to Letty. I hope you are doing well, Letty. We think of you often. Hello, good afternoon to Michelle. Hi, Sue. Hi there, Sunshine. Sue and Audrey. I'm sorry, Audrey. I love you too. Paula and Sunshine. Good afternoon to you guys. Shelly, good afternoon. Karen and Amber, thank you for joining us. Cindy, thank you for joining us. It's good afternoon. I hope you are doing well. Louie, if you're around, I love you, Louie. I hope you're being a good boy. Okay. Oh, and the puppies, they are in the puppy pen eating their breakfast. Like I said, I just finished feeding them all. The little ones are still, Mocha has not been eating her food as much lately because Robin's really been bullying Mocha and Pom Pom, but Pom Pom's been standing up for herself lately, and it has really been shocking Robin. She doesn't know what to do because she's never seen Pom Pom really stand up for herself. So let me go to Chris's update. Okay, so I'm going to start with yesterday's part 2 because I didn't read that yesterday on yesterday's live stream. Basically, it was the bigger, when I read that first update, he had said that there would be a bigger update later in that afternoon. And so this is the bigger part of that update. So he writes, Amelia got her first of 2 transfusions, 100 mils today and 100 mils tomorrow. All day she's had energy, she is ready to play, she is eating, and she's once again looking for food herself. They also drained the liquid and it showed serious signs of improvement. So much so that they decided against putting another drainage tube in like they were planning. Myra is ready to come back. I'll read this first one. I'm going to go get Myra and then I'll come back. She isn't out of the woods yet, though. When asked if we had moved on from doom and gloom, she said that she would tend towards calling this a positive update, except for the fact that Amelia has had these before, only to pull a complete 180. For now, we're going with cautiously optimistic again. Nina's still eating, you two. Come on, Pom. You want to come out? Oh, there's my water bottle. All right, I'm just going to collect the dogs and then we'll be back. No. I'm actually going to put all the girls outside. And then that way I can bring the puppies back into the kitchen more easily. Daisy? Hey! Myra, do you want to go outside? Outside. Girl. Okay. Puppies. Where'd you go? All right. A little potty trick. Okay. I apologize for that delay. I'm going to read through the updates and then we'll swap the girls with the boys. So anyway, they will test her blood values again tomorrow, which is today, after she has had some time to get used to her second transfusion to see how that is all looking. Once the fluid is gone or close enough to gone, they can start checking what other problems she has for them to fix. That was a hard reminder that the fluid problem was just the biggest problem, not the only one. So still we will take what we can get on good news at this point. Okay, so today's update. Just talked to the vet. Today, Amelia is happy and full of energy. She's very hungry and eating. When they drew out the liquid, it was a lot less than they have been getting. The color was red this time instead of the dark yellow that they have been dealing with. That isn't cause for concern. Certainly something to keep an eye on, but not something to worry about yet. Vet said she doesn't like doing this when she has good news to give, but she warned us that Amelia is not out of the woods quite yet. She wants to be very optimistic, especially with how Amelia was behaving today, but there are still problems that they are working on. And it's also not uncommon when receiving a transfusion for patients to really perk up because they have that that real fresh blood that gives them, it's like a shot of energy. And so it's not uncommon for them to perk up like that. And so I imagine that's why the vet is warning against, getting too excited. Once the lung and fluid issue is taken care of, they still have to look at what was wrong between the liver and the gallbladder unless the antibiotics took care of that. They also need to monitor her to make sure that she stabilizes rather than bouncing around between eating everything they present to her and starving herself. This was a generally good update, and we are allowing ourselves to be optimistic for a little bit before we go back to dreading the phone ringing again. Let's hope the updates keep getting better and better so we can bring her home at some point. Even if everyone at the animal hospital loves her, we would also like to have her here with us at some point. Aww. I really hope that she just needed a more stable space to recover in. It sounds like maybe I don't want to put any blame on the vet, because I know that they're doing making the best decisions with more knowledge than I of course have. But I imagine she probably should have been observed like one more night in the clinic before deciding to send her home, just because it seemed like she was really ill for her to be going home so quickly after like turning around from something so serious. Because Drew and I even said, like, doesn't it seem like a little soon to just discharge her home? Like usually they'll observe for one night, as you know, when things are improving. And so I'm hopeful that maybe like she just needed that extra time to recover, and her body's going to be able, this transfusion will help give her some of that energy back, and she'll be able to put more energy into healing. So I'm gonna go move the dogs around so the boys can have a chance to potty. I've had Rio out in the kitchen here, and it has been a lot of fun. He's been such a good boy. Oh, real quick too, the Amelia's Army merch. This shirt that I'm wearing is the very same one as what's labeled as the women's cut. And I have it labeled the women's cut just because this is how it's cut. This is a size small, and so you can see how far down it comes as a size small. And I'm 5'6", so it's not like I'm short. I'm 5'6" and 135 pounds at my latest doctor's office visit. So, and this color is, I think it's called ox blood. But so the women's cut Amelia's Army t-shirt is this very same one. This is just a different color. I don't think we had this as a color option. We just used the teals, but this is how it will look, and it's very, very soft. It comes, it's called Super Soft. They have a line of super soft t-shirts, and they come like already broken in. They're really nice. We love this line of t-shirts. They're really soft. The color is really good. I've washed this one a lot because it gets dirty with puppies really easily, and the color has not faded at all. So I'm really impressed with those shirts. Oh, buddy. All right, I gotta go get the girls. Excuse me. Come on. I don't know if you guys can really see, but the dogs, this is a narrow point that they can enter. And Paris was at the front of the group, and it was Paris, Robin, and Myra. And Paris went to go, and she backed up and waited for Robin to get past, and then Myra to get past, and then Paris went. But that's what they do when they're less dominant. I think Remy went to the back door. Yes, sweetie, you too. Or are you licking your lips? Good girl, Remy. Come on, Mocha. Come on, Vienna. Come on, girls. Mocha. Come on. All right. Now. Wait. You go first. Come on, Spike. You go first. Good boy. You toast. Macchiato, you wanna wait your turn. Hi, doggies. I'm gonna. Oh wait, there it is. Excuse me, Miss Heidi girl. Here, Heidi, you look so much like. So her markings are different, but when Robin was a baby, her fur was just like Heidi's. This fluffiness. Robin had the very same type of fur. I think hers is even more. Like she's got it even more. Oh, you are so precious. I love you. You're such a good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. I'm really excited for Hogan to be big enough to have babies because he is such a. I love his markings. I can't believe we found a puppy that has such similar markings to Paris. I'm so curious to see how it grows out because Paris could look a lot different if her fur was like not as fluffy, if it didn't grow in the way it did. Hi, sweetheart. Aren't you just the cutest thing? I was a little nervous about her cheek marking right here. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. And the sister that I originally wanted, she didn't have this cheek marking. In fact, her face looked a lot like Hogan's. But she was pending already, so I didn't have a choice. Yes. You're still beautiful. But I've really grown to love her markings. And she's got a fantastic personality. She is such a great little Cavalier. No, she loves ropes. They love toys. You could tell their breeder plays with them a lot. And then poor MoonLight then went home to a family that wasn't ever home. She was just in a crate all the time. And so she didn't play at all. She didn't get to do this at all. So I'm so glad that we ended up getting her. Hi, sweetheart. Their potty training is going really well so far too, which I'm really impressed by because I expected to have to shrink their space down more than this. I expected to have to find a way to reduce them to a smaller size than just this kitchen space. Not small as the puppy pen, but like maybe a gate in like this side of the kitchen. Oh, how do you have a little piece of poo on your head? Where did this come from? It's wet. Oh, is this from your mouth, Missy? Were you eating poop outside? Oh boy. Guess it's one of the job hazards. You silly dogs. We got to get your temperature, Myra. Poor Myra. She hates that so much. Oh, Heidi, I can't wait to see how your fur grows out. And she's got like her whole rear end is chestnut. It's really, really pretty. And Hogan has really similar markings to Paris, like where his white is placed on his back is really close to where Paris's is. She just has like a tiny bit more. I wouldn't bother Mama Missy over there too much. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Myra. Myra's getting bigger and bigger. For a minute there, Drew and I were like, is she really growing? How many puppies is she having? And ever since then, it's like we look at her every 12 hours and she looks bigger. Hi. Excuse me. Hi. Oh my goodness, puppies. Hey, Mocha. You're such a good girl. You know, we were making or planning for Missy's retirement, and but you know, a year after I guess that's a year after we started breeding Missy. But a year after we started breeding Missy, we got Daisy and Robin. And so it won't be too long until we're having to look for their successors. So it's just crazy to think about like the generations moving forward. Vienna. We'll get you spayed so we don't have to worry about any accidents. And then life will just be easier in general for you. Hermie's like, not me. I want more puppies. I want to have more puppies. You got the prettiest fur. Yes, you do. Hi, Pom. We've got a new boyfriend for you, so we can, you know, break up those Tom and Macchiato genes that didn't mix so well for Amelia. Yeah. That was our other thought with Hogan was giving Pom Pom a different boyfriend. Because, you know, whatever is going on with Amelia happened with the Pom and Macchiato pairing. And even though the vet said that it's a really rare birth defect, it still happened. And so we think that the best way to respond to that is to not do a Pom and Macchiato pairing again. And so I don't know if we're going to be mating. She's like on schedule to pair with Macchiato, so I don't know. Maybe we'll pair her with Spike. I don't know what the plan is there. So I'm going to talk to Drew and we'll find out. But either way, we'll have Hogan will be her boyfriend down the line too. Yeah, once he's big enough. Once he's a big boy. Yeah. You're a good girl. You're such a good girl. Hi, sweetie. I don't understand why you do this, but it is so stinking cute. Yes. You gotta get Myra's temperature. But I'm getting distracted. It's so easy to get distracted sitting down with the dogs. Especially when there's this many of them. Myra, why do you look so sad, huh? Oh, Missy got a hole. There's an incision in the toy. These puppies love to play. They love toys. You're such a good girl. Hi, Pommy. Hi, sweetie. Hogan and Heidi are like the Pom in Paris all over again, huh? What's funny about that, too, is we picked Hogan second, like we picked Paris. And Hogan is probably like the bigger role that's being filled because without him, we can't even breed Mocha. And so he's filling a lot of gaps that we had. You know, the ability to continue Pom as a mom without mixing with Macchiato. Again, you know. And then just general kind of diversifying the genes a little bit. Since we've kept a few puppies, I think it's good when we keep a few puppies to introduce a male that's unrelated because, you know, he can mate with each of them, or each of the females. But we want to make sure that the puppies, we don't have too much relation to make it too difficult. Yes. You are such a good boy, and you are beautiful. You are beautiful. Yes, you are. Yeah, who's a good boy? Hi, buddy. Hi. He's a nice little submissive dog. MoonLight's not so much. She is not a little submissive dog. You can't tell. Hey. Hey. You're such a good boy. He's got a little teddy bear face. It looks like a stuffed animal. Hey, MoonLight. Hey, come here. Let's see how well you sit back and relax. Oh, pretty good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. The first time I did this with her, she just like rolled right around and wiggled out. She did not want to be on her back. You're such a good puppy. Yes, you are. Okay. The putting your dog on their back and doing the steering contest is always a really good way to, like, whenever our dogs are just not listening to us as well, we'll stop and do this little maneuver where we put them on their backs. We cradle them, we put them on their backs, make sure they stay on their backs like they choose to, and we'll do a staring contest with them. And you never want to be the first one to look away, because the first one to look away is giving in to the other one. And so when the dogs are misbehaving, we'll do this with them, first on their backs to just remind them that we're in charge, and then the steering contest just so that they have to kind of recognize, they have to like physically give in to us. And so it's just a good reminder when they're not listening. They'll start paying more attention just when we remind them, because usually, if the dogs aren't listening to us when we do this little staring contest, they're not sitting in my arms as calmly as the puppies are right now. They're usually getting more challenging to me, and so they're usually willing to challenge me with that staring contest. And so that's why it's a good time to do it, because it'll take a minute usually to get them to settle in my arms. They'll be fighting this, and so I'll just, like, this is how hold them. And once they once they relax and I'm not having to hold them in place, that's when we do the staring contest. And they usually give in like 15 or 20 seconds. It doesn't take long. Hi, Hogan. Mocha has been a really nice, what's the word? She's given a nice like intro to the Red Barn Cavaliers life to the new puppies. She's been the welcoming committee, but she's done a nice job of making them feel welcome and at home. Hey, Myra, are you reminding me of your temperature check? I can't get over how much her markings look like Myra's. Because I know they're sisters, but they're half sisters, So I didn't expect them to look so much alike. Yeah. You ready to get your temperature? You're looking at me like you really want something. Oops. Pom-pom. Can't even stand up in this place. All right, I found my Fahrenheit one. Oh, I think she saw me, dang it. All right, Myra. Where you want to do this, sweet pie? Haha, I see that. I see that. Hi, sweetheart. Come on. Heidi, you're really in the way right now. Okay, here, just lay down right here. Lay down right here. Good girl. You are a very good girl. No. Just get cozy right here. Hogan, you're in the way too. You're such a good girl, Myra dog. You're such a good girl. In fact, I'm going to move you a little bit closer. Remy, you're not helping me either. Hogan. Good girl, Myra dog. Good girl. It's okay, sweetie. I know, baby. No, 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 no. Myra. Mm-mm. It's okay, sweetie. Stop, stop. Stop, Myra. I've got you, sweetie pie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, dang. She's at 100.9. Her temp is finally reading something normal. 101. 101.5 is normal for dogs. Last few days she's been kind of low. 101.1. Yay. It looks like you need to go poop. Good girl. You are a really good girl, sweetie pie. Good girl. I still worry about that weird fluid she had because it was like that placenta color, and so I'm just worried that the only way for that fluid to come out is for a puppy to be compromised. And so that's the one thing that's on my mind that I'm stressing about in the background here. And why I wish so badly we had an ultrasound machine, but we're getting one. I don't know if I told you guys this, but we are getting one. We went to the bank and we talked to them, and they're running a special right now for business credit cards. And so we decided to start, making our purchases on a credit card, and, get the points and whatever. And they have an intro thing that we're going to take advantage of, and we're going to use the ultrasound to take advantage of it, the ultrasound machine. So I'm really, really excited because, man, if only we had it now to look at Myra. But I think that actually helped sway Drew with her weird fluid leakage and, the vet kind of waving us off. So I'm really excited. So we probably won't have it for Myra's litter, but we should have it for the next one. No, Miss MoonLight. What are you doing? Sorry about that, folks. Miss MoonLight decided to come play with the cord to the camera. She loves to see what she can do. Like if it's something she can find, she wants to see if she can make it do something. And of course, 9 out of 10 times it's something destructive. But MoonLight is like a classic puppy. If we have this whole kitchen puppy proofed, she'll find the 3 things that, Remy, you're too old to be doing that. You're too old to be using this as a teether. No. Hey, dogs. Puppies. You were such a good girl, Myra. I can't believe you were 101 today. Kind of makes me wonder, like, with her baseline being 100, like, did her temp go up kind of in preparation of having to drop? You're a good girl, Missy. How you doing, Hogan? Hi. Hi. I love watching you swing these ropes around. Yeah, hi. Hi, Missy. Oh, goodness, you too. Because we have this such a big pack, we don't have to worry about issues like littermate syndrome. But I can see how if these two were homed together, just being themselves without any other dog influence, it would be a nightmare. Because like all these little things that they get into, they would just be helping each other get into it. Whereas like when the dogs were going outside and I had the puppies walking around in the front foyer, and they started to like step outside, and Missy knows that I've been keeping them in with me, and so she started woofing at them until they stopped and started coming back in. And so we've got the fun police in charge to kind of help show them the ropes, show them how things are run, what they're expected to do, how they're expected to behave. And so it makes it easier to take two from the same litter, but you can also see how close they are. And if they were to go home without any other unrelated dogs, their closeness would become a huge problem. It would just lend itself to so many problems. But this way that they can be close and they can be friendly, um, without being destructive, because they've got some good leaders in the dog pack to guide them. Excuse me, girls. You want to go in the kitchen? Come on, Rio. No, you in this way. Oh my goodness. Why are you all barking so crazy? Rio, we've missed you. We've missed you. We've missed you, Rio. We've missed you. I forgot to bring you over. Aw, Hogan wants to be friends. He wants to be your pal. Such good dogs. Hi. Gosh, Rio looks so much like Paris. Whenever he turns his head just right, I can see Paris in him. Yeah, I'm fair. You have a very handsome son. You do. You have several very handsome sons. Yes. And my goodness, the spitting image of Pom Pom and Minnie. Yeah. For a water dish, we have like this trough, and the puppies are so cute because we have to keep it high in order for them to be able to reach it. And you know, if it starts getting low, they can't reach it because they got to jump up and like lean in. Drew insisted we didn't need a little dish, so we just got to make sure it stays high. But I want them to have, I don't know, I might bring them one of those water bottles. I don't want you guys to fall in. Hi. You're a good girl, Pom Pom. You're just gonna fall over. You're so silly, Rio. You're such a good boy. You're such a good girl too, Paris. Yeah, you are. You're a good girl. You've got like fur in your eye. Isn't that uncomfortable? Hey, Rio. Were you digging animals out of the yard again? I don't think they like that. You're such a good boy. I think Spike's getting jelly that you're in here. Yeah. You're a good boy, though. Yeah, you are. He's fine, Pom Pom. Don't worry. He's fine. He's fine. He just ran all around the yard for a while. He's okay. He's just mad that Rio's in here and he's not. But Spike and Macchiato, for a little bit of clarity, Spike and Macchiato, they've been getting along really, really, really well until like 2 days ago. And I swear it's because Drew's gone, and the dogs have a tendency to start like, if the top dog, Dad, is not here, Drew, they want to see what they can get away with. And they always just push everything a little bit further than they do if like Drew's here, just not around. But Spike picked a fight with Macchiato the first evening that Drew left early in the morning, or like in the middle of the night, early morning. And so I think it was around when I was doing their breakfast, and it didn't like get very far at all. I separated them. But then it happened again later, when I had them over there in the dining room, and Spike just picked a fight with Macchiato out of nowhere. And so I've just, I'm not even gonna like chance it because I don't have Drew here to help. And so I'm keeping them for the boys. I'm just putting them out, I'm putting Spike out by himself so that he's not picking fights with the other boys. I think he does it because he's the alpha boy, but he's not a very dominant personality. And so Macchiato is more of a dominant personality. And Rio's not, but he's still probably pretty close to where Spike is, because Spike is just not a very dominant dog. But so I think Spike, it's like he has this complex where he thinks that somebody is going to sneak up and take his top dog spot, because he does these little challenges with Macchiato, and he doesn't need to because he's the dominant, he's the alpha male. So I don't know what that's about, but he will also, if he picks a fight with Macchiato, if like we're at a doorway, like if it happens right here, for instance, and we put them in the Four Seasons room and then shut the door and we stay in the kitchen, they completely stop. Like Spike, it appears to be like all for attention, because they completely stop if we shut the door and we're not there. And that's how we've learned to cope with a lot of their bickering, is by just ignoring it, just like with kids. Dogs are acting like children. Who would have thought? Who's a good boy, Rio? Yeah. Do you like it right there? I did get asked a very good question, and so I kind of wanted to pose it to some of our families. Somebody asked, and see, my experience is with puppies, it's very limited. It's the Cavaliers and then Border Collies. And so the puppies I knew is the Border Collie puppies is just not a good, not a good comparison. But I've had a couple families ask me if Cavalier puppies are any easier going than like any other puppies, or basically does their docile nature extend into puppyhood? Because I'm curious about how everyone else feels about that, because some of our puppies, like Missy is one, Paris is one. Some of our puppies, it's almost like they didn't even have a puppyhood because they were just so mature that they didn't go through a chewing phase. They were potty trained really easily, things like that. And then we have puppies like MoonLight who are really active, and they are into everything, and their beautiful, docile Cavalier nature doesn't come out until they're like 18 months old. And then they like turn into totally different dogs. But we have been able to tell families that things like chewing and bad potty habits. A lot of those things they don't, like with our border collies when we raised them. We had to raise them knowing that any bad habits they picked up, they would stay bad habits unless we trained it out of them. And so the easiest way to go about it was to prevent the bad habit in the first place. But when you have something like this going on, it can be hard to do because you can't be right here monitoring it all the time. And so that was what was most difficult about border collies. But with the Cavaliers, I've noticed the big difference being that they have these little puppy stages where they chew, where they'll go potty where they shouldn't. And it seems like kind of no matter, because the consistency has been so lacking with all of the kids, who they're all, their understanding is not going to be as crisp as mine and Drew's. And so what I noticed across all of our puppies is that they all drop those habits once they reach like maturity, once they're over 18 months, I'd say, if not younger. But a lot of those bad habits like chewing really just go away on their own once they grow out of it. It seemed like the border collies, it just seemed like we were always fighting something. But the Cavaliers is not so much. And so in our personal experience, I would say with Cavaliers, they're usually, you can expect them to be either typical puppies or maybe better than typical puppies. But unless the environment is like something that is totally bizarre for them, they're generally pretty easy puppies because they're smart. They catch on quickly. They want to please. They're very food motivated. And they're not too smart. That's the other thing. The border collies, they were too smart. And whenever we would find a solution for something, they will have reverse engineered it so that they can undo our solution. And so that was what I didn't like about the border collies. But the Cavaliers, they're not that smart. So, we find a solution for something and usually they're stuck with it until all 12 of them put their heads together and figure out how to undo it. You're a good girl. My childhood dog was an English Springer Spaniel, and I always said when we had the border collies, I would only ever have an English Springer Spaniels ever again. But then we found Cavaliers, and Cavaliers is like the one exception I'm making to that rule that I made, because I don't know if I could even go back to Springers after having Cavaliers. Yes, they're quite the hidden gem of a dog breed. You are. You are. Oh, Missy. Are you going to have a daisy face? Huh? Are you going to have a daisy face? I like her face because it almost feels like it's like halfway between Daisy and Myra, where Myra's got like a nearly black face and Daisy has a really wide freckly blaze. And so she's got like a medium blaze with some freckles. And so it really is like halfway between the two of them. She's a nice mixture. Myra does not want Rio sniffing her stuff. You're a good girl. Do you want to be this one's boyfriend? I think you two would have very nice looking puppies. Yeah. You would have nice looking puppies with MoonLight. You would. Yeah, you would. You would. You would. Hi, buddy. Yeah. You're a good boy. Oh, got a message from Dad. Oh no, Dad is stuck at a standstill. Hi, buddy. You're a good boy. You are. Who's a good boy? Oh my goodness, Spike. Spike, go lay down. Should go see if Macchiato's ready to come in. Ooh, looks like those puppies are getting tired. Go on,